Hey guys, I wanted to give you an update. We're excited about everything that's happening. After going through prayer night, after sitting through a Nicaragua meeting and all that the Lord's doing there, and then continuing to move into the space and everything that means, one of the things that we began to sense is that, man, we're moving quickly. And that's kind of just part of it. But then there was also another part of us that we don't want to just get consumed with a list of things to do and lose sight of what God has for us. And so there was, as Brian and I began to pray about it and we sought the elders, the guiding elders, we kind of felt this overwhelming sense to just pause. And this is what that means for us. On the 9th and the 16th, we're not going to have Sunday sermons that are going to be broadcast. And that's intentional because we just kind of felt like we don't want to just rush into this. And one of our guiding elders in particular pointed me back to Joshua, where right before they crossed the Jordan, like we talked about, there was a moment where Joshua looked at his people and said, consecrate yourself for tomorrow. God is going to do incredible things. And I think as we discussed that and continued to pray, I think that's where we landed. We were like, man, maybe instead of continuing to spend all our time doing these things, preparing sermons and all that, maybe as we continue to work towards this, it's most important that we just kind of spend time with the Lord, that we consecrate ourselves, which means that we're set apart and made holy. Now, in the Old Testament and New Testament, that's a little bit different. In the New Testament, we have Christ. And the way that we do that with Christ is that we continue to do what we talked about in our last sermon, which is what we take out the gospel one more time and apply it to our lives. That we seek opportunities for the Lord to just examine us and say, Lord, search me, like David did. And that the gospel would then be applied, that we would look to see if there's any sin that needs to be confessed, that we would ask for forgiveness, that we would go to the Lord and petition Him to move, that we would just sit and be still before Him. So our next 2 Sundays are going to look a little bit different. So on the 9th and the 16th, it's not that we're just not going to have sermons that are broadcast. We're inviting you to come to the church with us, and that we're going to have just a time of prayer and a time of devotion, and we're going to have different times where we get to interact with those things that we just said, where we just kind of want to remain with the Lord in this season as we look towards what He's calling us to. It's a big step. We're excited about everything. We're excited to then pick up on the 23rd, back with our Acts series, right into the formation of the church. As we finished up power and we're stepping into formation, we think it's an appropriate time for us to just pause and acknowledge that all of this is being done by God, and anything that is going to be fruitful is because of His work. And so our role in this is to continue not just to work harder, but more importantly, just to be obedient to Him and submissive to Him. So that's what we're aiming for over the next 2 weeks, the 9th and the 16th. We'll give you a little bit more details about the times and what that's going to look like, and we'll continue to send out updates and challenges throughout the next couple of weeks as we look towards prayer, fasting, and just being still before the Lord. We love you guys. Super excited about this season. Hope you have a great day.